I might fold them over there. Just because of the, yeah. Alright. Hot water. Alright, I'm not making some huge slice.
I can say, think sushi reference when you dip it in the water and rinse it off.
Alright. So this will be our slice of cheesesteak. Oh, I still need that. And then we're going to take our glaze. Like so. Alright, let's see. You can leave that one there.
Okay. Now you know how to make it.
Alright, so here's what we'll do. Everybody come on over here, and I'm going to pull these fresh out of the oven. Alright? Let's see what happens. I might be able to get it.
How you doing today?
Great. How are you?
Ready to go.
Yeah.
So if I take it in my hand, fold it in half, and then fold it like so.
Put something in there.
Like that.
So when you put the heat back to them,
They come softer again. Alright. But this isn't it's not the best recipe for
Yeah, they started to get more.
yeah, they solidify pretty fast. Okay, but like I said, I realize that I can take them, open them. Alright, they can go back in. Alright, but that is how fortune cookies are made. Fortune cookie batter.
they put that portion in there, I'll skip the plate roll.
Right, you have your fortunes already cut, ready to go. And then put it in, fold it in half.
You make them for Valentine's Day.
Grab me my offset spatula there,
What would you do with the recipe to make your pie a little more longer?
It's got a, I use honey.
Use honey.
This is not the best recipe for, I've got a recipe, I'm sure Chef DeLonzo has it as well. But, no. Hold that. Alright. Let me see the watch out.
They don't wait.
Lively. Now, with these are a little more pliable, okay? But it's also hotter because of the butter that's in there, okay? So let them set a minute. Yep. Oh, just like that.
I was thinking more, something else at first, not possible.
Now, these,
Choco tacos.
alright, let those set, like so.
Make yourself some homemade ice cream for the moon.
Once again, now with this one, this is definitely more pliable. So that's why I let it set, and then I fold it.
What the?
Hey,
What the?
hey, get warm right here.
At first I was like, cannoli.
Hey,
It's because of the fan there.
I was wondering if there was anything in the, let me see. Where's that, lid, that cup that I used to cut your,
Oh, it's good.
yeah. Alright.
Now, my pain
Hey, dear.
makes you laugh.
No.
Alright, so,
Take
The
that.
hand coming through you?
I was so caught up with trying to see what I was doing that. I'm leaning forward. I laid my hand right into the thing.
I guess something like a simple peanut ball. Could do some cinnamon and
Soccer ball.
sugar. Yeah, cinnamon and sugar on it. A little scoop of ice cream.
alright.
I'd rather make the cannolis.
So, your lace wheel batter works a little bit better than the stencil, but it does hold its shape, which is a plus. Can you still use it? Absolutely. There are times that if you just want to do something rustic, all right, and stick something in the top because you need a garnish, you can. You can also sprinkle peanuts, almonds on top, all right, at any given time, which you can utilize always, all right. So this one is a little more pliable. The thing that I probably couldn't pull off with the lace wheel is the corkscrews, okay. You just probably won't be able to type that out of a bag on, you know, in straight lines or whatever. Yeah. The other one, you know, is probably the best one for that, okay. So what we'll do is,
Got your communion ready.
yeah, communion bread.
So how would you make that better, this recipe to be more pliable for that pork?
I've got a recipe that I use that has honey in it.
Oh.
And the thing about it is, if you remember, that lace wheel had corn syrup in it, okay?
Should place
The stencil wheel was basically just some flour, some sugar, and some egg white. I could add some honey to that, and that would probably help give it some pliability. But I learned that, you know, that was one of the things that I learned, that in order for you to shape these, they got to have some kind of give to them. And your corn syrups or your honeys, the syrups are what help provide that pliability, all right? All right, so let's go back to the table and let's plate up. All right.
Shock Millie grabbed those and tried to eat them already.
This is, yeah, bonbon.
All right.
That's my juice. Don't touch my juice.
Some ice cream, on top of it.
It's the ice cream round. All right, so, let's turn it into a plated dessert.
To cool down.
I don't stop.
I hate to hold off on nothing.
All right, so, I'll
Few
do
hours
it in
anyway.
two plates. All right.
Yeah.
You go off and dig into them, and then we'll take another breather, and then I'll do the cake when we come back. Now, when you decorate, when you garnish, it's totally up to you. These are your plates, okay? But please remember, I've always said to you, less is more, all right? And on top of that, all right, so look at what you have. You've got whipped cream, you've got berries, caramel sauce, chocolate sauce, all right? I don't have the coulis, but I'm going to use this strawberry puree. I'll have some coulis for you tomorrow.
How about mint leaves? Mint leaves right there?
Mint leaves. If you want mint, I will get you mint. You like mint? Okay, I like mint. I don't. My only reason for saying it is because most of the time, what do you do once you see it? You chuck it to the side. Right.
But the smell kind of enhance the taste of the meat.
Absolutely, to a degree. The thing about it is, think about what you just said. You said the smell of it. So that means that your mint has to be fresh every time you put it on the plate, right?
Now, could you put the mint, say, in your heavy cream, heat that up, and part the flavor of the mint into your heavy cream, then whip it?
You can.
I
The
mean, like
thing
a
about it
mint
is,
whipped
it's
cream?
going to take a whole lot of mint to make that happen.
Okay.
It'll take a whole lot of mint. At the same token, now, I like what you said. I'm just not a mint fan because I've been in places that use it, and general rule of thumb, if you don't know how to preserve it, 99 times out of 100, you end up chucking it after what, 2-3 days, okay? That's first. The other thing is, you're not using anything but what? The little stems. So you gotta buy a pound of mint, take all the little stems off of it, and then you got this whole big bag of leaves, and you don't do anything with it. Absolutely. You can't fry it.
You want something?
Mint is not one of those leaves that you can drop in the fryer. It'll brown, it'll burn before, like basil. Basil you can do with no problem. I think the reason behind it is basil has more moisture in it than the mint leaves do. You could get a mint leaf in the fryer, fry it up. Half of it might be green, half of it might be brown. All right. But I'm not trying to veer Crawford away from it or take anything away. Like I said, we used to preserve it. I think I told you guys about the bleach water that we soaked the mint in to make it last. Well, great, it lasts, but now you got green mint sitting in there and you're still not doing anything with it. And once again, I'll lowball it. A pound of mint at the most, $8 a pound. At the most. It might even be a little bit less, but week after week, that's going to add up. Mojitos? Sure. But how many mojitos are you really selling at a bar where you got to use up a pound of mint for the mint leaves? So, just something to keep in mind. That's all. All right. Let's see. So, hot water. I got it. Little trick of the trade I learned from the French guys because I had to. Those are quenelles. I'm sure you're all
It's
familiar with
canals or quenelles?
it. It depends on what part of France you're from.
Okay.
I was told quenelles.
That's usually what you shake with 2 spoons.
All right.
I can do it with this spoon. Nice.
Hey,
He said, no, yeah. You know he can't, he was tornado now. No matter what it is, he's gonna
That's half the battle of things.
Same shape, baby.
What I'm shooting for, beauty shape.
I'm just gonna use some,
Cameraman.
I'm gonna use some straight puree. Now, I'll give you credit, this is probably where your mint comes in handy because it's color content, okay? Just, you know, I'll always give you my 2 cents, you guys know that. Just my 2 cents, in the restaurant world, generally blackberries and blueberries don't go on cheesecake. I'm not saying that you can't. It's just a trend.
I think the color of me, that's what
All right?
Yeah.
So, my garmache, I haven't done garmache in a long time, but you have to be able to see the finished product. So a lot of times, when I would carve a block of ice, I had to be able to see. You have to take a 4-sided 40-pound block of ice, and you have to be able to see what the finished product is. And I had a chef who, I mean, for lack of better words, the guy would get high as a kite. But he kind of taught me how to see the vision of a block of ice. And, you know, I watched him turn it into some really miraculous things. I think one of the greatest things I saw him do was when he turned the ice into a reindeer. He turned one block into a reindeer, then he turned the other block into a sleigh. So, and I said,
He was passed out by the time. She was so happy.
all right. Alright, so I'm gonna put 3 raspberries. We do everything in odd numbers. Alright. And I think in this case, I'll put my fortune. I'll put my fortune cookie. Alright. Now, with the chocolate, on chocolate with side of chocolate. No. The strawberry, when you cut the rose, it all depends on your cut. So how deep you cut it depends on how much you make it flourish. You got, you know, and then on top of that, you know, a lot of times people say, well, why don't you use a bigger berry? That's fine. The problem is you have to make sure everything fits together, the portion size. Okay? All right, so what better to add to this than some caramel and more chocolate? Right, Crawford?
Let me ask you a question. As far as, okay, you can plate it in the kitchen. Do you consider it's got to be taken to the, make sure it's stable enough to go from the kitchen to the table?
Always. Because your servers aren't going to really...
Yeah, they gonna have to.
Now, hold on. Now, and I'm hard. I got no problem saying that. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm hard on servers, but I work in the kitchen. That's why we have the front of the house and the back of the house. You know, in your establishment, if you make it a part of the routine that servers can only carry 2 plates, okay, then fine, you're covered. You know, a lot of times now, when they put everything on a tray, they hoist the tray up in the air, coming around the corner, you know, and that's it, okay? In a lot of fine dining establishments, you have enough servers there that everybody just carries 2 plates, and that's it. When situations like that, I've designed a lot of things. Some of you guys saw the plate that I did in Florida with the ballet dancer standing on her toe. I'll show you. But I had a fragile twill of a ballet dancer standing on her toe on the plate. And the first thing Chef Hewlett said to me is, hey man, you know those servers, those runners aren't going to walk 2 miles an hour. They're going to swing it. She going to fall over. And I said, wow, you know what? I never thought about that. You know, so you do have to cater to them. You know, all that becomes a factor. All right, so let's finish up. Let's do on this one. On this one, you can be a little more abstract to me. You know, you're young, you got these ideas, so use them. I'm a very classic, you know, I keep things tight, center of the plate, all right? If you normally
And come right away.
Alright, and then with this one, what I'd probably do, this one's a little wider. Alright. My dollar? Yes. My canal?
Yeah, fine.
Why did you do that? I'm not going to blow it up. I'm really not going to. There we go.
You got finicky.
So with this,
You know, my phone.
I'll set that in between, and a lot of times I'll just utilize your fresh berries, drop them in there, take your stems off. You don't have to, it depends on where you are. Needs the color. So, now I tell you a finishing touch I might add on there. There is such a thing. I doubt we have it in here, but there's such a thing as gold leaf. Gold leaf is actual shaved gold off of a bar, and it is 100% edible. And you take a small amount. I use it on a dessert now, and I put a little bit on top. It would stick up and it would fan as you walk out of the kitchen with it. All right. Yeah, it's a little costly. Very few pieces. It's up there with the cost of saffron. Okay. So, two of your plated desserts right there. Your dome, your cheesecake. All right. What I'll do is I'll give you guys another breather. You come back and my cake should be thawed out, so I should be able to do the cake for you. All right? All right, come back, big hand on the stick. going. Let's put the ganache into a plastic container, all right, and it'll be community ganache. For actually, you know what? Yeah, let's put it in a container. Okay, thank you, sir.
That's pretty chunky, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is, just a chunky? This one? This one? Should I give you? I didn't.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I gotta wait for everybody to have to wait before I take a picture, I mean.
Recording for 2 hours, man. You got a good frame or what?
That's why you got it.
Because without a doubt, that is very rich.
All you need is some oatmeal in there.
On this?
Make an oatmeal.
We know everybody's finished, because I'm gonna